God, this is exciting, isn't it, for you? You've come home, you passed your test last week or a few months ago, and you come home in this car that you've been trying to get hold of. Either it's been delivered, or your parents have got it you, or even you've gone to pick it up. The first thing you need to know is before you drive off, you've got to do a few bits and bobs with the car before you drive off. So let's get a few things started and we'll get going. So just like I was saying then, it is quite exciting. I remember when I got my first car, God, I was very excited. I even flooded the engine at a crossroads. My brother-in-law felt all right pillock at that point. But what you've got to remember is the car's different than what, I mean, if you're lucky enough, you might get a car that's exactly what you've been learning, but it's very rare that happens. And the key might be different. The clutch will definitely be different. It'll be a different biting point. It might be higher. The spring might be pushed a bit hard. So just be wary of these things. And before you set off driving, you've got to make sure the car's set up for you. So make sure you can reach the pedals. If you can't, you need to adjust for the pedals. You know, adjust your seat for them. You need to make sure your seatbelt's right. It's not cutting into net. You can lower the seatbelt. Make sure your three mirrors are set up for you. And when you are putting the key in, make sure you're in neutral before you turn the engine on. And you'll be wanting to drive off at this point, but that's probably one of the worst things you can do. So you've got to say to yourself, I just need to do this first. I just need to play around with the clutch. So pop it in first gear, try and find that bite. There it is. That's what you've got to do, try and find that bite, because if you don't, you're going to release the handbrake and you're rolling back straight away. So be wary of the clutch being different biting point. Some cars lift the clutch and you can go. Most cars you're going to need a bit of power to go help along with that. So get used to the gas, how it's sensitive. Get used to the indicators, how they feel. Get used to that steering wheel. And like I say, the gears, your reverse might be in a different place. So before you drive off with your foot on the clutch, just try and find that reverse. Make sure it goes in, because it might be you got to lift the lever up that's on the gear stick. You might not come across one of them before. So these are the things that you've got to do before you drive off. And then when you do drive off, I always say to people, drive in the quiet time of the day. Drive around. If you're lucky enough to it be delivered to you, then what you want to do is drive around the estate where you live. So that's what we're just going to do in the next few minutes. We're going to drive off and we're going to be talking about what I would be doing if I was in your position in the first few minutes of driving a car. Select your first gear. Be extra careful, because like I say, it might be you passed your test a few days ago, or it might be a few months. If it has been a while, then I do recommend to people to maybe have a refresher lesson before they get the car, just to help get the confidence, and just have a little drive around the car park if you have to. But if you feel that it's not going to be that hard for you, then just take your time onto the roads. But drive around the estate where you live. Mirror signal left. Get used to them brakes, because it might be a little bit hard for you. Or it might be they're quite soft brakes and you've got to do them a little bit harder than you did in your instructor car. So it's just nice and easy, not rushing, taking your time, get that gear selected, second gear now, checking the mirrors go right, signalling right, make sure you do all the basic stuff right, because last thing you want to do is bump your car or misjudge the curb and scrape your oiler wheels on the curb. That'll be a disaster for you at that point. So just take your time, get used to the car. It's exciting, that bit of freedom. You've been wanting to drive around to your friend's house and go and do a McDonards drive-through. You know, that's exciting. But what you've got to say to yourself is, I just need to kind of get used to this car, do a bit of stopping, brake, clutch, straighten myself up, have a look in your side mirror, see how wide you are. Most small cars and medium cars are very similar sizes. So you just need to kind of remember that. And then when you're pulling off, check round again. If you think you need a signal, do a signal. It's a bit like having your first lesson, except for no one's there telling you what to do, because you know how to do it. But you might forget. You might be that excited, you forget to do these things. But you're the responsible one now. You're in charge of the car. If you have an accident, it's going to come back to bite you, isn't it? So when you're driving around, get used to the car. You know, have a quick drive to the local shop. Have a quick drive back. And then as you get used to the car over the next couple of days, then you can do a bit more adventurous things like driving to your friend's house and driving to the shopping centre. That's what you've got to start thinking like. I can't do too much straight away, because if I do, I might get caught out and do something stupid. It might be another car who races through a roundabout. Because that's one of the biggest things. I was talking to a student today, and they said to me, my biggest worry when I pass my driving test is the other drivers who are rubbish. She says, I know I can drive, and I'm driving quite well. And she is. And she's right. The other drivers are some of absolute rubbish. Yeah, I mean, they'll just straight line a roundabout, overtake you in the dangerous point, and that's what you've got to do is watch out for these people. So all I'm doing now is just taking my time, getting used to the car, getting used to how it feels, getting used to the fact that you're on your own. It'll feel weird, you know, and it feels if it's too quiet. Put a bit of radio on. That'll help calm you down. Or have your phone plugged in. And remember, you know the phone rules, so don't start doing that while you're driving. But when you do get excited and you think, you know what, I've been driving now for about a few weeks now, I'm getting quite good at driving on my own, maybe that's the time to start venturing out a bit more. But don't try and do too much too early. I'll pull over here. No, get used to the fact that you're the one who's in charge of your car. And if you're going to have friends in the car, remember, it's your rules, your car. If they don't like it, it's tough. If they're giving too much argy-bargy, trying to go faster, they can get out of the car, can't they? You're in charge of the car. You're the responsible one. You'll be the one the police come and speak to. So enjoy the driving. Get used to the car that you're driving. Don't take any risks. And don't curb it. Okay? Safe driving, everybody.